yesterday we have discussed the weak and strong convergence. Okay. Now, today we will see convergence of sequences in a of operators, sequences of operators. Now, we know if x and y are the two norm spaces, then an operator T from x to y, if it is a bounded linear operator, then the class of all such bounded linear operator is denoted by B of x y, the set of all bounded linear operators T from x to y, okay, from x to y, and this class forms a norm space under the following operation. Under the operations, that the addition is defined as T 1 plus T 2 x is the T 1 x plus T 2 y, alpha times T x means alpha T 1 plus T 2 x is T 2 O, this is T 2 x, okay, and alpha T x alpha times of T x, and then norm of T is defined as supremum of norm of T x over norm of x, where the x belongs to the domain of T capital X not equal to 0, is it not, and this. Now, here this is the norm of y, this is the norm of x, okay, and this is the norm of B x y, this is the norm of B x y, okay. This is what we have. So, basically when we construct the norm space with the help of these operators, then we require the three norms. One is the norm in x, norm in y, and these two together gives the norm on V x y. Now, if we take any sequence belongs to this class B x y, sequence of bounded linear operator belonging, then convergence of this sequence, convergence of sequences of operator T n's will depend on the norm, whether we are taking norm of B x y or we are taking norm of T x, or whether it goes to in the usual way in the norm of this. Okay. So, with respect to this norm, we can classify this convergence of sequence of operators in three categories, okay. And these categories are uniform convergence, uniform operator convergence, then strongly convergence, and then next is the strong convergence of T n x, that will be in y, uniform operator convergence in the norm of B x y, is it not, and third is the weak convergence, of T n x in y, okay. So, we will have the three choice for the convergence of the sequence: uniform convergence, strong convergence, and weak convergence. Now, we define first what are these concepts, and then find out the relation, whether 1 implies 2, 2 implies 2, or vice versa is also true. All these things we will see. Okay. So, let us see how to define these. Convergence of sequence of operator. Operators. Let x and y be norm spaces. x and y v norm spaces, a sequence T n of operators T n belonging to B x y, means bounded linear operator from x to y is said to be one uniformly operator convergent if sequence T n converges in the norm on V x y. Okay. That is, the norm of T n minus t must go to 0 when n tends to infinity. Then second is, this sequence T n is said to be strongly operator convergent if the sequence T n x, that is the element now in y, converges strongly strongly in y for every x in x, because y is a norm space. So, norm of y is there, therefore, this sequence if converges strongly in y, because in norm space we have seen the two, one is the strong convergence, another one is the weak convergence. Strong convergence means when the sequence converges to y, x under the norm of x n minus x goes to 0, and weak convergence means when f of x n goes to f of x for every f, is it not, then it is said to be the weakly convergent sequence, clear, for f belongs to x dash. Okay. So, here we say weakly operator convergence. Third is weakly operator convergent if sequence T n x, this sequence converges weakly in y for every x belonging to x. Okay. So, this is known as the weakly operator convergence. Okay. Or in notation wise we can define like this, or we can formulate it, or in short we can say, in short we write a sequence T n, a sequence T n belonging to of B x y, is it not, B x y, a sequence T n belongs to B x y, and let and T, and there is an operator T from x to y such that number 1, norm of T n minus t tends to 0. Second is norm of T n x minus T x that is the norm of bi here. This goes to 0 for all x belonging to capital X, and third is modulus of f t x n minus f of t x tends to 0 for all x belonging to capital X and for all f belongs to the dual of this dual space of y respectively. Okay? Respectively. Okay, then T is called the uniform. Okay. So, this is our strong convergence, okay, that is corresponding to 1. We have in, so sorry, this is uniform, this is strong, and this is weak. Clear? The limit T, the operator T is called uniform, strong, and weak operator limits weak operator limits of T n respectively. Clear? This is our. So, now we have seen the 3 ways the convergence of the sequence of operator is defined: strongly operator convergent, weakly uniform operator convergent, strong operator and weak operator. Now, there question arises like the sequence T n is a bounded linear operator, but we have not told about anything about the T, whether this T remains bounded linear operator, whether T is a point of x y in case of this uniform, in case of the strong, or in case of the weak. What will be the nature of T? Okay. So, that we will discuss, that whether if T n converges to T uniformly, that T has to be bounded linear operator or not, and second, in case of this strong convergence, whether the limiting point T is a bounded or unbounded, similarly for the weak. This is the first case. Second point is, what is the relation between these three? It is obvious from the definition, it is obvious from the definition OVI. Oh, it is clear, huh? It is clear from the definition. It is clear from the definition that 1 implies 2 implies 3. Every uniform bounded uniform operator convergent will implies the strong operator convergent, and strong operator convergent implies this. Why? Because if suppose this is given uniform operator, it means norm of T n minus T goes to 0. So, obviously, the region is 1 is given suppose. Okay. Then what is to consider? Norm of T n x minus T x by this is equal to norm of T n minus T x by, now this will be less than equal to norm of T n minus T into norm of x. Okay. So, that will be T into norm of x. Now, one thing which I point out here is that this is T, here is a f of, I think this is wrong which I did it, T n x n, sorry, please make the correction, is it not? T n x minus f of T n. Okay. Now, here one thing is, when 1 is given, that is, if the sequence T n converges to T uniformly, then T must be bounded linear operator. Otherwise, this meaning of norm T n minus T is not is useless, does not carry any meaning, because T n, if it is unbounded, the difference norm of T n minus T cannot go to 0. So, if T n is a sequence of the operator converges in the norm of T uniformly, then limiting point must be a bounded linear operator. Okay. So, T n minus T becomes bounded. Therefore, by definition of the bounded operator, norm of T x is less than or equal to norm T into norm x. Now, this goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. Therefore, this will go to 0. So, it implies that. Similarly, so first implies second. Now, second implies third. What is second? Second shows is mod of T n x minus f of T x. This is equal to what? F of T n x minus T x mod of this. F is given to be a bounded linear function on y. So, it is less than or equal to mod of f is less than or equal to norm of f into norm of this. Now, this is given to be 0, tending to 0, this is bounded. So, it goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. So, second implies third. Okay. So, first implies second, second implies third, obviously true. Okay. Now, this converse may not be true. The converse of this may not be true in general. Okay. So, let us take the example, counter example first. Okay. So, let us see. First example is the sequence converges strongly, second need not imply first. This is an example for this. Okay. Means a sequence of the operator T n converges strongly, but not uniformly. Okay. So, let us take the space x as L 2. Let us take T n be a sequence of the operator from L 2 to F 2. Let T n be a sequence of the operator from L to L, defined by T n x is 0 0 0 0, then x I n plus 1, n plus 2 and so on, where x I 1, x I 2, x I n plus 1 and so on. This is an element of L 2. Okay. Now, L 2 we know it is also a Hilbert space, okay, and norm of L 2 we know this L 2 x belongs to L 2 means that is sigma of mod x I all whole square I is 1 to infinity. This is finite. Okay. This is finite convergent, and the norm of this and norm on L 2 is given as norm of x 2 is sigma x I square power half. This is the norm on L 2. So, under this norm we can say, okay, T n x is a point in this. Now, the operator T n which is defined above, we claim that this operator T n is linear and bounded. Why? Because T n alpha x plus beta y, that will be by definition 0 0 0 xi n alpha times xi n plus 1 beta times say eta n plus 1 and so on, where y is say equal to eta 1, eta 2, eta n plus 1 and so on belongs to L 2, and x is our xi 1 xi 2 belongs to L 2. So, alpha x plus beta means this will come. Now, this can be written as alpha times 0 0 0 xi n plus 1 xi n plus 2 plus beta times 0 0 0 eta n plus 1 and so on, is it not? And that will be equal to alpha times T n x plus beta times T n by. So, T n is linear. T n is also bounded. T n is bounded also. Why it is bounded? Because what is the norm of T n? Norm of T n x. This is the norm of L 2. Okay. So, by definition this will be sigma mod of x I j equal to n plus 1 to infinity under the norm. So, let it be square. Is it okay or not? Now, this will be less than equal to norm of x 2, because this is sorry power under root half. So, you can take this, let it be removed. Okay. Now, j equal to 1 to infinity. So, it is less than equal to. So, T n is bounded. Is it okay? Therefore, T n is a sequence of the operator which is linear and bounded. Further, sequence T n converges to 0 strongly. Okay. T n x, not T n. T n, this sequence converges to 0 strongly. This sequence converges to 0, that is norm of T n x minus 0 under L 2 must go to 0 as n tends to infinity. What is the norm of T n x? T n x minus 0, it means this is equal to under root sigma j equal to n plus 1 to infinity mod of x I j square. Is it right? Now, this is a series after nth term. So, it is a remainder of a convergent series. So, this goes to 0 as n tends to infinity, because this is the remainder of the series sigma mod x I j whole square j equal to 1 to infinity, which is convergent. Therefore, it will go 0. So, T n x converges to 0 under this norm. It means T n sequence is strongly convergent to 0. Is it okay? 0 operator. This is the 0 operator. Is it okay or not? 0 operator. But this T n sequence is not uniformly convergent, is not uniformly convergent to 0 operator. Why? Why it is not uniformly convergent? Because what is the norm of T n minus 0 operator? Norm of T n minus 0 means this is what? This one? Is it not? Norm of T n minus 0 means j equal to 1 to infinity. What is this? By definition, this will be equal to norm of T n x. I will write, okay. Let me write this thing. Supremum, is it not, overtaking all x. So, because I will just write norm of Tn is the supremum of norm of Tnx over norm of x. X is belonging to our L2 space, not equal to 0. Now, Tnx is this. So, this is less than equal to norm of x, norm of 1, norm of x, norm of x, that is 1. Is it not? Supremum of this thing is less than equal to 1. Supremum, is it not? Supremum of this will be less than equal to 1. Now, further, norm of Tnx, Tn is greater than equal to norm of Tnx over norm of x for particular x. If I take x to be 1, 0, 0, 0, this is an element of L2. So, what is this norm? Tnx will be 1, norm of x will be 1. So, it means norm of Tn minus 0, this is coming to be norm of Tn, which is 1. So, it cannot go to 0 as n tends to infinity. Is it okay? Therefore, this sequence does not converge uniformly. So, this is an example where the sequence of the operator converges strongly, but not uniformly. Okay? Now, second example, when the sequence of the operator, further, this is also, let me see, Tn is bounded linear, I have already seen. Okay. So, it is bounded linear operator and this. Now, this sequence weakly convergent, but not strongly. Okay. This is the weakly convergent example when the sequence of the operator converges weakly, but not strongly. Okay. Let us take the example. So, define an operator Tn from L2 to L2 such that this is Tnx, Tnx equal to 0, 0, 0, this is up to n terms, okay, n terms, and then xi 1, xi 2 and so on. Okay. X is this belongs to it's a shift operator and n digits is shifted. Okay. Now, this operator is clearly linear, Tn is linear and bounded. I think nothing to prove here, is it not? Now, we claim that this sequence Tn is weakly convergent operator convergent to 0 convergent to 0, but not strongly. Okay. This operator converges weakly to 0 operator, but not a strong convergent, not converges strongly. Okay. So, let us take before we know that every bounded linear functional, every bounded linear functional f on L2 can be represented as in terms of the inner product f x as inner product of x z, z is uniquely determined by f and norm of z equal to norm of f, and it will be in L2. So, it will be the inner product will be I j is equal to 1 to infinity x I j zeta j conjugate, where z is zeta j is an element in L2. This is by Riech representation theorem. Is it not? This by Riech representation theorem. Okay. Now, this can be written as j equal to 1 to n, so on. So, let us take f of a. So, consider f of t n x. Okay. This is by definition inner product of t n x z, but t n x is what? This is the t n x, it is shift operator, we shifted the point n first position to n plus 1th position. So, it means the first few n terms will be 0 basically. So, we can start with this n plus 1 j n plus 1 to infinity. Okay. Then whatever the xi 1 will be multiplied by zeta n plus 1. So, we can write this thing as j n plus zeta j minus n, okay, and xi j minus n into zeta j bar, because when j equal to n plus 1, this xi 1 is multiplied by zeta n plus 1 conjugate. Okay. So, and this can be written as sigma k equal to 1 to infinity xi k zeta n plus k conjugate. Is it okay or not? First. Now, apply the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. So, by Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, modulus of f t n x square, this will be equal to modulus of inner product of t n x z square, and that will be less than equal to sigma of mod xi k square, is it not? K is 1 to infinity into sigma, say here m is n plus 1 to infinity mod of zeta m whole square. Clear? By Schwarz inequality, modulus of this thing is less than or equal to mod of this whole square raised to the power half into mod of this, but square I am taking. So, half is out. Okay. Now, this will be less than or equal to. Now, we claim this goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. Why? Because this is our finite, this is the norm of x, because this part is the norm of x and this part is the remainder of a convergent series. Is it not? This is the remainder of the convergent series. So, it will go to 0 as the remainder of the convergent series sigma mod zeta m, m is 1 to infinity. Remainder of this convergent series, is it not? This convergent series tends to 0. Is it okay or not? So, it will go to 0 as n. Therefore, this implies f of t n x tends to 0 as n tends to infinity, and this is true for every f belongs to the dual. F is a belongs to the dual of L2 dash, that is L2. Dual of LP is LQ. Okay, so, this is it clear or not? Therefore, this sequence T n x will converge to 0 weakly. Therefore, sequence T n is weakly operator convergent. To 0 operator. Okay. But this TNH does not converge strongly. Why? Because norm of Tn is 1, norm of Tnx is not strongly converged, because if I take because if we choose x to be 1 0 0 0 which is in L2, then what is the norm of Tn x minus Tmx? This norm. This is norm of L2. So, what is it? Is it not a under root 2? Because this difference will be 1 comma 1 somewhere, is it not? 1 comma, so it will go to root 2, does not tends to 0 as Mn goes to infinity. So, this sequence Tn is not a Cauchy sequence, therefore, it cannot be convergent. Okay. So, therefore, this is not a convergent sequence, because if it cannot, it has to be Cauchy, is it not? So, we contradict the thing, therefore, this term. Okay. So, this is an example where it is weakly convergent to 0, but not a strongly convergent. Clear? Same thing continued if I replace operator by a functional, because when we say Tn is a sequence of the operator from x to y, then y and x both are norm space. When we replace y by r or c, then this sequence operator is said to be a functional. Okay. So, same type of criteria is there. Okay. So, let us see convergence of sequences of functionals. Functional, okay? Linear functionals are linear. Okay? So, let Fn be a sequence of linear functionals, okay, defined on x. Since they are functional, so clearly, so obviously y is r or c, because it function means it maps the point x to the real of any scalar quantity, complex number, and y and r and c, they are complete metric space, they are complete. So, if they are complete, in that case, the R and C is also of dimension 1. So, these are the finite dimensional space, finite dimensional space. Okay. So, if they are finite dimensional space, then weak and strong convergence is the same. Therefore, the concept of the 3 type of convergence which we had earlier, in case of the operators, these concepts is uniform, strong and weakly operator convergent. So, basically second and third will coincide, is it not? We will not get these two different things. What we get? Uniform convergence and one of them weakly convergent, because weak and strong convergence are these identical, is it not? So, convergence which converges in the limit strongly and weakly. So, here we will, instead of weakly, we say weak star convergence. Okay. So, now we define the concepts as strong and weak star convergence of a sequence of functional, sequences of functionals. Okay. Let Fn be a sequence of bounded linear functionals, a sequence of bounded linear functionals defined on a norm space X. Then we say a strong convergence of f n means that there is an f belonging to the dual space of X, belonging to the dual space of X, such that norm of f n minus f, this tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. What is the meaning of here norm? Here the norm means norm of f is supremum mod f x over x belongs to the domain of this, that is the norm, is it not? So, x belongs to domain x, okay, non-zero. So, this goes to 0 in the norm, and weak star convergence of f n means that there is an f belongs to x dash such that f n x goes to f x for all x. Remember here for all x belonging to capital X, that is modulus of f n x minus goes to 0, f n x minus f x, this goes to 0 as n tends to infinity for all x belongs to x, and this we denote it by that f n converges to f weak star. There W, here W star, okay, weak star convergence for this. Is it? So, correspondingly we have this. Okay. Now, the question first question which we raised, whether the limiting operator T remains bounded or not. Okay. So, behavior of limiting operator T under with respect to this convergence, under the convergence, okay, various type of convergence. This is what we wanted to discuss.
So, here the space is complete.
We are no, I am not taking x and y to be complete.
Why is R or C?
No, this is for general operator.
Oh,
this is for the general operator, not for functional. So, the very first question, T n is a sequence of bounded linear operator. Okay. T n belongs to B x y, okay, and T is a operator from x to y, is a operator. Okay. Now, what is the behavior of this? This is a bounded linear operator. Okay. And T is an E operator. Now, the question, if T n converges to T, whether T is bounded linear or not. So, first is if T n converges to T uniformly, then that is norm of T n minus T goes to 0 as n tends to infinity, then T has to be bounded linear operator. Otherwise, difference of this has no meaning. It cannot go to 0. Okay. So, in case of uniform convergence of T n, the limiting operator T has to be linear and bounded. Clear? So, this is the case 1. Case 2. Now, if T n converges to T strongly, or T n converges to T weakly, then the limiting operator T may or may not be bounded, Okay. So, that is what it will be linear, but may not be bounded. Now, for example, we are seeing, take the example. Okay. Suppose we have the space X of all sequences X is equal to xi in L2 with only finitely many non-zero terms. Non-zero, that is, X is the set of those sequences X, xi1, xi2, say xin, okay, and rest are zeros, like this, with only finitely many non-zero terms and rest are zeros, suppose. Now, this set X, which is a subset of L, this is basically is a set of X belongs to L2. Okay. So, this will be a subset of L2, class of all such sequences. Now, this X is not complete. Is it not? Because if I take a sequence 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by n, and then 0 0 0, then any sequence 1 2 3 first n terms and then belongs to L2. When n tends to infinity, then there are large number of these terms are non-zero. So, basically it will be a point of maybe point of L2, but may not be point in X, because it will not be in X basically, because X contains only those sequences which has only finite number of non-zero term, rest are 0. Okay. So, for we can say, for example, this sequence, if I take X to 1 to say n 0 0 0, this is in L2 finite, but this is x n, but this x n when n tends to infinity, then x does not belongs to, in fact this belongs to, this belongs to capital X. Here we should write capital X, not L2. Okay. This belongs to capital, does not belongs to capital X. Okay. That is what. So, it is not a complete metric space, it is not a complete. Okay. Now, let us define a bounded linear operator, define a sequence of bounded linear operators T n x as xi1, 2 xi2, 3 xi3 and then n xin. After that xin plus 1 and so on. Means first n terms are multiplied like this 1 2 3 n and rest are 0. That is as it is. Okay. That is T n x has this has terms j xi j if j is less than equal to n and equal to xi j if j is greater than n. That is what is. Okay. Clear? Now, we claim that this sequence T n converges strongly. Yes, this sequence converges strongly to the unbounded operator T defined by T x as eta j, where the eta j is j times xi j. Obviously, this T n x when n tends to infinity, it is of the form j type eta j. Now, this is unbounded because the supremum of this by n. So, it is unbounded operator, it is a linear operator. So, it will be unbounded. So, T n x converges to strong. Why it is converges to strongly to this? T n x converges strongly to the unbounded over. Strongly means norm of T n x minus this. So, what is this norm of T n x minus this? T x. This is basically the 0 0 0 0 norm of this, is it not? So, it basically tending to 0 as n tends to infinity. So, that is why it converges because of this. So, it converges strongly of this, okay, but it is not a that is what is a so unbounded. So, clearly T is unbounded. Okay. So, is it not? So, this completes that. Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks.